Grand Rising, everyone. Today we are reading the Sabbath School lesson, which discusses illusions, images, symbols. This is how to study Bible prophecy. And please send this to someone you know. Today is Tuesday, April 8th. Isaac's question, where is the lamb? The Bible's first mention of a say, in Hebrew it's called a lamb, occurs in the same story as the first mention of love, which is in Genesis 22. The lamb, of course, is one of the most persistent symbols found in the book of Revelation, where Jesus is called the Lamb more than 20 times. In one of the most powerful scenes of Revelation, John's visit to the throne room of God, in chapters 4 and 5, the Lamb plays the central role. Read Genesis 22, 7-8, Exodus 12, 3-13, and Revelation 5, 5-10. Read those. How does the story of Isaac's near sacrifice help us understand how lambs are used symbolically? How does the story tie into what John sees in Revelation 5? The mention of a say, which is a lamb in the Bible, comes in the form of Isaac's question, where is the lamb? Interesting enough, the rest of the Bible answers that question in great detail. The other 38 books of the Old Testament lead the reader along a path where Isaac's question is progressively answered with further and further details from the Passover rituals to David's early occupation and onward. The entire story is punctuated with countless messianic prophecies that anticipate the answer to Isaac's question. Then in the New Testament, the question is answered when Jesus appears in flesh and blood, ministers among his people, and finally sacrifices his own life at the cross. Meanwhile, look at the first mention of the lamb in John's Gospel, in John 1, 29-34. It would almost seem as if John the Baptist is personally answering Isaac's question, and the setting couldn't be more appropriate. Sinners are repenting and going under the water in baptism, symbolizing the death of a sinner and the beginning of a new life. In this context, Jesus, the Lamb of God, suddenly appears, and according to Matthew's account, the heavens open to announce him. It says, "This is my beloved Son, in whom I'm well pleased." That's coming out of Matthew 3 and verse 17. Notice how a voice, the angel of the Lord, also announces from heaven the solution to Abraham and Isaac's problem. That's Genesis 22, 11-14. When you weave all the threads together, it is clear that Jesus, the Lamb of God, is our substitute that sheds much light on our understanding of the slain lamb in John's vision. Why is knowing that Jesus is our substitute so foundational to our salvation? What hope would you have without him?